I'm Kosta from Car Focus, and today we're looking at BYD's new Dolphin. It comes in two different versions in Australia, the Premium and the Dynamic. The Dynamic is the base model and the Premium is the one we have here today. How do you tell them apart? It's real simple. The Premium has the dual tone finish on the bodywork, so all of them get this grey finish along the bonnet and a colour for the rest of the vehicle. I really like the way this BYD looks, and I'm not the only one. BYD has taken Australia by storm, and in fact they've taken the world by storm. Why? Let's have a look. Primarily they only make electric vehicles, as far as I know. That's all they've launched in Australia, and the Dolphin is the second car that they've introduced in this country. It's a small electric vehicle and it's designed to be a city runaround. We do chapters for these videos, so if there's something specific you want to know about this car, look in the description below and skip to the chapter that interests you. One thing I will say about BYD is they're not a traditional automotive manufacturer, and you'll see that in a lot of the design cues as we go through the car. You get LED headlights, you get the BYD logo, you get this black finisher that's been broken up with these matte lines. LED running across the front, 360-degree view camera, you've got front park sensors, you've got radar smart cruise. Underneath the bonnet, BYD Dolphin comes in the Dynamic and the Premium. The main differences between them is the electric motor and the size of the battery. The Dynamic gets 70 kilowatts of power with 340 kilometers of range and a 44 kilowatt hour battery, while the Premium gets 150 kilowatts of power, 427 kilometers of range and 60 kilowatt hour battery. That battery and electric motor configuration comes out of the Atto 3. Under the bonnet, the first thing you're going to notice is that there is no trunk, and the main reason for that is because Dolphin is a front wheel drive, so the motor sits in the front, the inverters sit in the front, and all the drive gear of the vehicle sits in the front, so there's really not a lot of space left over for a front trunk. On the side of the vehicle, the dual tone paint effect continues here across these arches and sweeps all the way across the roof of the vehicle. The balance of the window glass here is all blacked out. You do get piano black finish on the mirrors with a 360-degree view cameras. 17-inch dual tone alloy wheels. Piano black strip running all the way across the side there to finish off the styling, and another molding line there bringing them together in a nice V. You get the privacy glass at the back. You get this glossed out black trim with matted out lines. Dolphin fin aerial. Looking at the back of the vehicle, we've got the high mounted stoplight integrated into this rear spoiler. What looks like a really small glass window, but good visibility out the back. You get your Build Your Dreams logo running through there. You also get these crazy cool rear brake lights. The BYD Dolphin badge, rear park sensors, 360-degree view cameras, and this color goes really well with the black to give you a very classy look at the back. Okay, when it comes to charging your BYD Dolphin, your charge flap is just on the front here. You get an AC charger and you get a DC charger, so you're able to fast charge it and you're able to trickle charge it just there. Your home charger that plugs into the wall will use the AC charger at the top, and if you go to a fast charging station, you'll find a connector that actually uses both of those ports simultaneously. In this demo model, we've only got one type of charger, which is the generic one that plugs into the wall, the Type 1. So if you wanted a Type 2, a quicker one, you'd have to or get a separate cable. You also get this vehicle to load system, so that would plug into the car and it gives you this power bank here. Modulated boot allows this to come out, revealing more load space at the bottom here. You can also lift this up, which reveals another little compartment, and if you lift that door up, you get to your run flat kit. So it's got two positions, the top or the bottom, giving you more load space. 60-40 splits on the rear seats. Pull this lever up here and release it that way. Which will then also give you, in this setting, your flat loading area. For a small car, it's got a lot of space at the back here. This seat's in my driving position and I've got a lot of room. Features, we've got these map pockets, 3 of them to be exact, a bigger one and 2 smaller ones. We've got a USB-A and a USB-C. We've got a cup holders. We've got more map pockets, rear armrest with 2 cup holders, and we've also got this leather and velour finish at the back, but it does feel and seem to be synthetic. So everything about the styling of this car looks like you're underwater or riding in a Dolphin. dolphin shaped, flowing styling everywhere, even the way the door handle sticks out here. So we've got the door handle, we've got a tweeter there, we've got the electric windows there, central locking, electric folding mirrors, they're also heated. Electric front driver's seat and passenger seat, BYD logo embossed on the carpets. Steering wheel, you've got these controllers here, your 360 camera, your screen rotation button, your lane keep assist, smart cruise control and distance indicators, your BYD logo in the center, phone settings at the top, radio settings in the middle here with volume and track selectors, as well as your main menu selectors and your mode selector. The steering wheel is also height and reach adjustable. It has these two stalks on either side, and it's got that small digital screen right there. That digital screen can be small because it's been placed a lot closer to you in terms of where it sits. There is a lot going on that little screen though. There's a lot of little pieces of information, so you'd have to really familiarize yourself with the car and all those little icons, so that at a glance while driving you can pick out the information that you're looking for. There's speed sign recognition, there's traffic assist signs going on, there's lane keep warnings, there's smart cruise control, speed limiters, range, how many kilowatts you're using, what mode are you in, gear selector positions. You get normal, eco, and sport. Those are the three different modes. Every time you climb in the car and restart it, it resets and to its default, which is sport, strangely enough. 12.8-inch digital display on the center console, and its main party trick is that you can choose between landscape or portrait. From the home screen, you got your navigation, your Spotify if you've linked an Android Auto device, and your radio. Interesting, with Android Auto it is wireless, but with Apple CarPlay you've got to plug into the USB. From the main menu, you flick to the right and you come up with all these other little menus. You've got your BYD Assistant, your phone, your radio, your music, your navigation, Spotify, Android Auto, Apple CarPlay, and then you've also got your smart charging options, digital radio, and your themes. At the bottom here you've got your car, and once you go into the car, then you go into the car settings, so you can set up your cellular data for the car, which uses the phone that we're paired to at the moment. You can also go into your audio settings and control and change those. You've got your display settings. At the moment we're in dark theme, but you can move it to light or auto. You can also check your software versions and what apps are loaded on the phone, loaded on the car. On this side you got your vehicle settings, so you got your driver assist settings, you've got your energy settings, your vehicle settings, steering mode in comfort or sport, brake assist in comfort or sport. This brake assist comfort or sport is sort of what determines how aggressively the regen braking works, but I find that regardless of which setting you put it in, it's not too aggressive. And finally your vehicle health button. That is not what I wanted to press, sorry. You've also got your split screen mode, so when you go into your home screen you can go into split screen mode, and here you can tell it I want navigation on this side or I want navigation on that side. And you can also tell it that maybe you want your Spotify music on that side. So that's the split screen, and you can tell it what you want on each screen. You've also got your calm screen, which just gives you your clock and your aircon settings that you can touch and control just there. There are no analog switches for the AC, so everything that to do with the AC is done through the touch screen. And again, while driving, I do find that this is sometimes a little bit hard to deal with. Right, that's the center screen. 360-degree view camera is split into two screens depending what gear you're in, so you get your panoramic view just there, and in this case we're in reverse, so we've got the rear view. If you slide it into drive, it flips over to the front, your dynamic lines move to the front, and you switches over to the front camera just there. You can also set all these different camera angles and look all around the vehicle depending on what you want to see and where you're trying to go. You can also remove the car out of the picture if it's messing around with you, so that you can get a bird's eye view of the position of your tires. That is very cool. That's going to be one of my favorite features. And then you also get your 3D view of the car, which is also very cool. So this 3D view looks very cool in this instance where we're sitting in an area that's got nothing around us. But I do find that, you know, once you're in a situation where there's cars all around you, that this can get a little bit confusing. Just under your center display, you get this soft touch material all the way around here, a small storage space just there. These are all your analog controllers, and in fact, starting on this side, this is your gear shifter. So with your foot on the brake, you can actually shift it forward to go into reverse, and backwards to go into drive. Your park is just on this side, so you just press that in there and you go into park. This allows you to scroll through your different modes. This lets you scroll through your slippery or normal driving conditions. This is your auto air for your aircon, and this is your fan speeds for your aircon. This is your volume controller, and this is your power switch for your radio on the side. At the back here, you've got your USB-A, USB-C. You've also got a micro SD slot in between the two and a 12-volt power point. In addition, you've got another storage compartment in there, which you can access, and you can also close it off by sliding that little door open and closed. You've got two cup holders over there, your electric park brake, your automatic hold, and your ESP that you can activate and deactivate. You've also got a wireless charging section just there. So your phone can actually slide back in there and slot in there and charge. The armrest is fixed, it doesn't actually open anywhere, but if you do need some extra storage space, there is space just underneath this console here. Panoramic glass roof with a retractable shade. That's it. One of the first things I noticed with Android Auto and this 12.8-inch digital display is that it only works in landscape mode. So as soon as I try and rotate it into panoramic view, while in Android Auto it says rotation is not supported. If I go out of Android Auto and just go back into the normal BYD screen, I can then rotate the center console, but it takes me out of Android Auto. The drive, how do I feel about the drive? It's pretty smooth, as I've come to expect from electric cars. Very punchy off the mark, very responsive, and very quiet. The accelerator pedal is not that aggressive on deceleration, so I find myself having to use the brake a lot. So it doesn't seem to have an iPedal type technology that allows you to drive it just with the accelerator. Set the cruise control. There we go, set to 80, set and forget. Now it does have speed sign recognition as well. So as soon as it reads the speed signs, if it sees that I'm going over, it starts giving me audio warnings, which is great, but it's also sometimes not that great, because sometimes it's picking up speed signs from driveways and parking lots, and it's just not getting it right sometimes. Driving in the Dolphin, it's very quiet, very comfortable. These seats hug you really well. The material's really soft and plush. It's a really comfortable drive. The car's very responsive. It's small, but not that small, so it makes it nippy and quick, but at the same time, there's a lot of room for passengers as well. So we're coming up to 100 zone here. This is where we get to increase from 80 to 100. So I'm just going to plug that into the Smart Cruise and let it take me up to 100. And it's got fantastic pickup. As you'd expect from an electric vehicle, it responds instantly. Acceleration is what electric vehicles love doing most. In fact, we didn't touch on it, but this is rated 0 to 100 in 7 seconds. In terms of what the BYD Dolphin competes with, it's really just a few products from MG. I would say the MG4 predominantly. So it's primarily competing with other Chinese electric cars that have hit the Australian market. The balance of the electric car manufacturers like Tesla, like Hyundai, like Kia, have made their electric vehicle offerings certainly at much higher price points than the Chinese have. And that's probably the main reason why these Chinese electric cars are completely taking over the market. And in fact, they're not just taking over the market, they're carving out a whole new market for themselves. So BYD has the Atto 3 at the moment. They've just launched the Dolphin and the Seal, and they've planned a full electric utility vehicle for 2024. That's our full walkthrough on the BYD Dolphin. If you enjoyed that, hit the subscribe button and look out for any more videos that we have coming on these cars.